Refuge Nation? It's your friendly neighborhood Bob here with
Medic Mike.
And we are here to talk to you guys about emergency trauma dressings and how to secure maybe some wound packing or just wrapping up a wound that you may be dealing with. So if you guys have already watched the wound packing video, which is right here, if you guys are seeing, you know that we didn't show you how to secure that wound packing with an emergency trauma dressing. So what we're going to do is go over that. So you see right here, Medic Mike's going to hold Baloney Bill, right like so, and you'll see that he's already been wound packed. You can see how this is raised up right here. The wound channel's been filled with all that Z-fold compressed gauze, and so we're holding pressure on it just like so. And what we have here is two different examples of emergency trauma dressings that we sell here at Refuge. This is the Oleus, which is from handmade Solutions, the 6-inch modular trauma bandage. I love these. I think they're awesome. This is the this is from North American Rescue. This is a 6-inch standard ETD. I love these too. I just like how these have a little bit more, modularity and different uses you could do. We'll go into that here in a bit. Both dressings are going to wrap the exact same way. All right, so we'll use the standard North American Rescue 6-inch ETD. All you're going to do is you see that it has a big gauze pad on it like so. This is an ACE bandage in theory. This is a 6-inch ACE bandage with a big gauze pad on it, and it's got Velcro on the ends and then throughout the whole thing so it doesn't flop open like so. It's very useful. I love that. I'm sure you can remember a time back when dinosaurs roamed when they didn't have that, right?
That was it. They're doing masonry with Jesus.
Yeah.
So long ago, was it? Sorry.
All right.
We gotta have fun. Come on.
We gotta have a good time.
We gotta have fun.
We have a good time. All right. So what you'll do is you'll take this big gauze pad like so, and you'll put it over your wound, right? And it actually says it right there, other side towards wound. So it's nice,
kind of like
letters.
a claymore.
Yeah, right. Towards the enemy. And they want to make sure that you guys are doing this right. So our first wrap is important because we want to have a nice stable placement over that wound, just like so. We'll tilt it a little bit so you guys can see. It's right over that wound, right? And we'll go over it one more time. And this is where we're really going to start to add our pressure. So we'll do a good pull, just like so, around. And once we get to the top here, this is a big key. What we're going to do is we're going to twist that bandage. And what that does is it decreases the surface area of the bandage and increases the pressure directly on where that twist is. And we'll come over it, and I like to do a double twist. I know, I'm crazy, right? Just like so. And now we have good pressure all the way through. And what you'll do is you'll pull right like so at the end, and that'll allow for more Velcro to go through. And what we don't want to do is put that Velcro right on our wound channel. So we wouldn't want to pull so much that it comes around and goes on the wound channel. We want it almost directly opposite of where the wound is, so that way it's not pulling against the pressure that we put just like so. And this baloney is actually curved a little bit right here, not to where it's cutting off blood flow, but rather to where there's an immense amount of pressure on that direct placement wherever the wound may be.
But don't hit the wound.
But don't punch the wound because it will hurt them, and we're trying to help them. So that's a quick look. I'll show you one more time how to put an ETD around your wound packing. So you start with your ETD rolled up, and it'll be magically rolled up in 3, 2, 1. Now, right? So what you'll do is you'll open up your emergency trauma dressing. We'll put that big gauze pad right towards where our wound is. And remember, we want to keep pressure on this, so what we might be doing is one of these, is opening it up with our elbow on the wound if we don't have another person to hold pressure or something like that, right? But we're gonna
get your elbow wet though.
You might get your elbow wet. You'll have that on those big jobs.
Yeah.
But we'll just say that Mike is holding pressure right now while I open this package and all that stuff, right? All that jazz. All right, Mike, I'm ready to go. And I'm gonna secure that just like so. Do one wrap. Make sure I grab to my hook that's right there, so that way if it falls because this person starts moving or something like that, we're good to go.
Oh, they're gonna move.
They're gonna move.
They're not happy campers right now.
Do a good amount of pressure right there, and then we're gonna do a twist right on where the wound is, and they're gonna go, ah!
Let's do the twist.
Do the twist, and we'll do a second twist right over it, and open up that hook right there, and we'll pull and secure that hook right on the opposite side, just like so. And that's how you can wrap up your wound packing. You can also use your ETD to just cover or bandage somebody up who's maybe had a laceration and it's not an arterial bleed, but we're trying to cover a wound. So what we'll do is we'll pull all that gauze out of that cavity. Wow, look at all that gauze in that cavity. It's almost like it takes a full thing of compressed gauze. That's crazy.
You mean the tampons don't work?
Tampons don't work? Are you sure? That's all
I've
right.
been lied to this whole time.
My brother uncle's cousin told me once that when he was in the Marine Corps 75 years ago, that tampons will work. So say you have like a laceration just like so right here on old Billy here. If you could hold that for me, thank you.
Absolutely.
What we can do is you can take your Oleus modular bandage, and a quick little show and tell of the Oleus modular bandage. You can see it has a pressure cup right here. This allows for more direct pressure on the wound as you wrap it. You can also take this off very easily. You can use this as an eye shield, just like so. You can also not have a direct pressure cup on there if you wanted. So a little bit of options, modularity, that's why they call it the modular bandage.
Absolutely.
When you open it up, you'll see this big gauze pad, but inside this gauze pad, you actually have wound packing gauze. So if you had to wound pack, you could actually open up just one package opposed to opening up two and use this right here. Now, you can leave that in if you are afraid of bleeding or seeping or anything like that, or you can place it over the wound, you can take it out, get rid of it completely, and all you're gonna do is if you're not pressure wrapping like so, same thing, gauze pad down on the injury, right? And you're gonna wrap the wound just like so, creating a good amount of pressure, but not so much pressure that we're cutting off any blood flow. We don't wanna cut off blood flow here. That's not the goal. We'll pull out that hook right there, and we'll go back around and try to get it opposite of the wound channel. Very easy little wrap that you can do to secure. You could put gauze pads, you could put burn dressings, you could put this around a chest seal if you're afraid a chest seal might not stay. You could also put it around an improvised chest seal. Remember that you'd have to burp it. You'll see that in the chest seal back to basic series. And this is a quick look at how to use an emergency trauma dressing to wrap up a couple different wounds. Anything you'd like to add, Mike?
Nope, you did a pretty good job there. I mean,
hey, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you. Gosh, you're such a great supportive friend. Psych, I'm wearing gloves. That's not clean. Now we can.
All right, cool.
Very good. Rock and roll, guys. Remember, carry an effing emergency trauma dressing. Shalom.
Shalom.